Hi guys, Jeremy here. I'm going to show you a couple modifications I've done to my Mora, believe it's an M2 knife. I'm not exactly sure on the model, but it's your standard Mora knife. First thing I did, we'll talk about the sheath first. The first thing I did with the sheath, I added a little keeper loop here, made out just paracord, tied it on the back. Standard, everybody's going to do it when they get this knife because it kind of flops around. I don't wear this knife as a belt knife. I wear it as my neck knife. Next thing I did was added the necklace portion of it. This is your standard paracord, but what I did was I tied a slip knot type on each side so that I can increase the size of the loop or decrease the size of the loop just by sliding those knots down tight. Allows you to make it nice and snug around your neck. But say you were wearing, a stocking cap, or you had something on your head that you needed to take the knife off for, you didn't want to take whatever off your head, slide it down. If you don't like it riding up high on your chest, you want it tucked down lower near your stomach, you could actually even just slide this down to the point where the bottom of this you could probably tuck in the front of your belt and it would sit all the way down on your chest. The other thing I did was on the back here, I don't know if you can see, right above where the water hole is on the sheath, I've got some black duct tape. Inside that black duct tape there is an arrowhead made of sheet metal and a cloth sail repair needle. Those two things I keep on me quite a bit. The sail needle is magnetized. You can use it for all kinds of stuff, from actually repairing your clothing, to picking splinters out, to cleaning your teeth out if you've ate some squirrel. There's all kinds of things you can do there. I've got probably about a foot of electrical or duct tape that's wrapped around there. You could undo that duct tape. You could turn it into fletching for arrows. Use it to bandage a wound if you needed to. Anything like that. Next thing I did with the Mora blade, the first thing I did was to take a file to the back edge of the blade, and sorry that's not quite in focus, but to take a file to the back edge of the blade and profile that so that you can use a ferro rod magnesium striker, right there along the back edge of the blade. Get that good 90-degree angle. Next thing I did was take some standard everyday household mustard and put a forced patina finish on the blade, keep it from rusting. Actually kind of turned out cool with this one. The way I did it was I sat it down, put some napkins and stuff underneath the handle so that the blade was straight up, and then just went back and forth like this with the mustard, and it gave me a tiger stripe pattern to it. Looks kind of cool. Then I stuck it in a bench vise vertically, wrapped a towel around the blade, stuck it in a bench vise vertically, and I just took a round chainsaw type file, and I started with some diagonal etchings on one side, and then I just basically started working my way kind of around to the other side where I had diagonal etchings and just connected them. These knives, they are extremely sharp. They come razor sharp when you get them. They have very little grip on that rosewood handle. It's just a very smooth handle, and for $14, this knife, for an all-purpose everyday carry with you, out on a day track, a little hiking trip or whatever, for a couple hours, if you're harvesting some wild edibles, doing anything like that, these knives are awesome. $14-15 you can get them from. You can buy them pretty much anywhere. I got mine on Amazon. I know that they sell them all over the place online. Pathfinder School has several. Native Survival carries them on his. If you've ever seen the Dual Survival, this is what Cody Lundeen uses. This exact knife here he uses all the time. These knives, you can cut trees down with these knives. You can take a 2-inch sapling and you can cut a 2-inch sapling down with this knife. Obviously, you're not going to chop with it, but you'd take the knife, you'd force it into the tree, and you would rock it back and forth. As you bend the tree with your weight, you rock this back and forth, and you cut all those fibers. And then you go to the other side, and you do the same thing. And you can cut down a 2-inch tree with that knife. They're very easy to keep sharp. Scandinavian grind, very easy to hone once you're done. You just lay a stone flat on that grind, push it along. When you get done, strop it, you're back to shaving sharp. For $14, you can't beat this knife. So this is my modifications to my Mora knife that I carry as my neck knife. And I'm really happy with it. I carry this in combination with a Becker BK2 most of the time. I'm a big fan of redundancy in cutting tools. I don't like using cutting tools for what they're not intended to be used for. I don't like tearing up my weapons, tearing up my blades. Same thing with my guns. I don't use my guns for things they're not intended for most of the time. So, I carry this in combination with a BK2 unless I'm doing an overnight trip or a trip for several days. Then I usually carry a tomahawk with me as well. I use that for everything from processing small game to, obviously cutting up firewood and shelter building and things of that nature. But this knife, I'm very happy with it. Probably will buy a couple others. I'd like to buy the Mora High Q and see, what the polymer handle is like, and eventually maybe get one of the custom knife sheaths made by Shark Tack with a ferro rod holder on the side for the Mora. I'll probably get that done when I get the High Q. I don't really need a neck knife that will hold the fire steel, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to message me. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.